All right, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk, episode 2. Congratulations, we made it this far in our little adventure together. Hope everybody's doing well. We were on that project again with the that tank I was talking about on the episode 1, and we're supposed to cut this thing up, cut the floor out so they can make a retention pond. And for those of you who don't know what a retention pond is, basically where all the water goes in a parking lot, it goes to this giant, looks like a lake. Some of y'all have seen them, I'm sure. But anyway, we get to the bottom of this thing, and if any of y'all know about anything about heavy equipment, we had one of our machines there. It's a 250 size excavator, and then we had a 300 or 330. I don't know. Caterpillar's got some different numbers, but the other company had their machine there, and we were going to work together and we got half the tank cut. The rest of it was up against a big bank, and obviously we can't cut through the tank with dirt on the other side, so we're going to drag the tank off the wall. And both of our machines grabbed it, and it was picking both of us up, so we knew pretty quick something wasn't right. And we ended up looking, and this tank has 2 foot of concrete in it, the floor. Never seen anything like that in my life. So which isn't a bad thing. I'm kind of glad it's concrete because they get sent a change order stuff, because we were told it was like a steel bottom. So they may even leave it in place since it's concrete. I don't know. But so that'd be nice. We might finish that project early. But anyway. But yes, that's going good. And hey, buddy, hey, Blue. But I know I got off on prices yesterday about the bag of ice, which I had a viewer actually make a comment about it. Apparently, it struck a nerve, and rightfully so. So I'm glad my stuff's relatable. What I'm talking about. That's kind of the point of this. I just want to talk about whatever. You guys put in the comments. We'll talk about it. Or if y'all don't put anything, I'm just going to talk about what's on my mind. But anyway, went to the gas station. It's right there. It's like a truck stop right near the job we're working at. I went to get lunch, and I got a sandwich and a bag of chips. No drink. We have a cooler of water on the job site. So I just got a sandwich and a drink. Nothing. Sandwich and a bag of chips. Nothing crazy. $12, and this is no fancy sandwich. This is a gas station pre-made sandwich. It wasn't like it was made to order like some of these convenience stores do. This thing was already made. It was good, but for $12, geez, I don't know. It just seemed kind of crazy. It was aggravating, but yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, those guys we're working with, like I said, they were helping us with their machine, and like I said, they were cool guys. I like those guys. All right, I had to pause the video for a second. I'm not trying to make stuff up to talk about it. It's stuff on my mind, but I lost my train of thought. Anyway, we're wanting to get another truck, and there's the company that's on this job. They've got a brand new truck they're driving, and the stuff they're putting the truck through it's crazy. So not even, well, we'll say 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, you could get a triaxle, which is common around where I'm at, triaxle trucks. You could get one for, depending on what brand you got, 160 to 190,000, which is a big difference, but it depends on what model you went with or whatever. And Roscoe, knock it off. And anyway, but God, those trucks now are $300,000, which, look, if you can make that kind of money with a truck, it's one thing. But dump trucks are, you can make money. You can make a living with them, don't get me wrong. But when you look at the price of something that's $300,000, and say the average hourly rate for a dump truck, like in our area right now, it's going for like 115 to maybe 130, depending on what type of bed you have. Do you have like an aggregate bed or a demo bed? Roscoe, Bailey, knock it off. But so it just depends on that. But to me, that's what people don't realize is like it's a nice trailer. They say, oh, that's for hey buddy, get back! I can't do my video. Get back! I'll play with you later. But people don't realize, oh well, they have to charge that for this reason or whatever. But you have to understand when you're having to pay almost double for your equipment to work with, your rates have to go up. Unfortunately, the rates haven't gone up that much, maybe $15, $20 an hour, which it's not bad, but it's not ideal either. So that's what blows my mind. Not to get off on politics, but it's easy to get off on it when you're talking. People talk about raising minimum wage because the cost of living is expensive. I agree. Cost of living is very expensive. But to think that someone who has no skill set, does not care about their job, and I'm not knocking any industry. A lot of people think of dogs, knock it off. Bailey, Blue, knock it off. But not knocking, but it's easy to go to the fast food industry. I respect the people that work in the fast food industry. You know why? I go eat fast food, so I'm glad people that work that job. There's a job for everyone. So it's not saying I look down at anybody that does that. But they're wanting them to make $15, $16, $17, $20, whatever it is an hour. And around here, a lot of them are making $14 an hour. And it's funny because people don't realize, like, yes, cost of living is expensive. You cannot live off $8 an hour. You can barely live off, I don't know how, honestly, I'm not sure how you can live off $14 an hour, to be honest with you. But it just blows my mind that people think, okay, we raise minimum wage, it's going to help things. Well, no, it's not, because those people that were making $8 an hour, maybe they go to that same restaurant that they work at or fast food chain to eat, and they pay $10 for a meal. Well, now they're making $14 an hour, so they're thinking, okay, I'm making more money. This is great. Yeah, but now that meal that you were paying $10 for maybe is $14. I don't know, and I understand the more the money you're making is a lot more than the increase in the food. But it's the point that extra money you're making, you're just going to turn around and spend it. You're not going to spend on anything extra. It's going to be that you're going to be buying the same stuff you were buying before. And that concept, people think, oh well, you don't want to raise minimum wage. That's not right. That's you're stupid for thinking that. It's like, well, no, I'm not stupid for thinking that. I agree. It's great if you can make more money. But some jobs only are worth so much an hour, if you understand what I'm saying. I look at fast food jobs and look, if you're down on your luck and you have to work that job to get by, I respect you. You're doing what you have to do to make your paycheck. Good for you. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Let anybody make fun of you. But if you're capable of doing better and you choose to work that job, that's your fault. That's not saying if someone, a good example, if you had a somewhat decent paying job and you were looking for a job in the meantime, but you needed something and you're like, look, I'm just gonna go work at this fast food chain. That's fine. I'm not bothering for that. Do I think you should make $20 an hour just because you lost your main job, so you think you deserve it there? No, I don't think so. I don't think a fast food job deserves that much money. Do I think the people that are working there are worth more money? Depends on what they're doing. But when I go to a fast food place and I see someone that works there use the restroom, walk out, not wash their hands, and then go start taking people's orders and put stuff in a bag, I have a hard time paying that person $15 an hour. If I want to get sick, I'll go lick door handles. You know what I mean? So, and there's people that work fast food, like kids. To me, a fast food, other than management positions and or sales reps or whatever, marketing reps or anything like that, short of that, they're entry-level jobs. They're great for students. They're great for high schoolers, young adults who have never had a job. Maybe their parents paid for everything through high school and college. Now they're in the real world and they got to get something because their degree that they got is bogus. I don't know. I mean, whatever it is. Nobody take offense to it, but if you do, it is what it is. It blows my mind that society, I say society, I just I'm not saying if you're watching this you believe this, or maybe you do. If you do, chime in. But it blows my mind that society believes that someone that's making a burger for you, not a homemade burger, we're talking a frozen patty that sits in this drawer that's steamed all the time. Like, just, I'll give you a good example. I went to a well-known fast food restaurant. I believe they're nationwide. I won't say the name because I don't knock any, because I've been to some that are really good. This particular one is not bad, but they weren't so stellar last night. It's their logo is a redheaded girl with pigtails, rhymes with Cindy's. Yeah, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so love this place. Okay, I don't have a problem with it. One of my favorite places. I ordered, me and my wife go there. It was late last night. We were just getting something quick, and ordered 2 spicy sandwiches, chicken sandwiches. I think standard they come with like mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, just some basic stuff. They said, we've got one more to cook for you, go and pull up. I was like, okay, I don't have a problem with that. So we pull up, we're waiting, we'll probably wait like 8 minutes. They get it cooked, and when they come out with it, we didn't eat the one, we were waiting on each other. We were just gonna eat in the parking lot. It's probably 8 o'clock, I don't know, it was late. COVID got us used to eating in the car, not getting to go in. Anyway, so we were slumming it in the parking lot, eating dinner. So we get the other sandwich, we park, and I take the sandwich that we had for a while. It was colder. I'd let her have the one that was more fresh or whatever. And I open this thing up, and it's a piece of chicken on bread. Now, you can't tell me the person that made that didn't know. They just threw the other piece of bread on and just threw it in the bag. They didn't care. They thought, I'll give this to this guy. He's going to drive off and leave. Look, accidents happen. It's not like they forgot a tomato. It's not like they forgot the mayonnaise. They just threw the chicken on there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to nitpick, but let's be honest. They didn't forget a condiment. They forgot everything. You know what I mean? Or they forgot every condiment. And I don't know, but that's what I'm getting my point. Some jobs do not deserve that kind of money. Do I think there's people that work fast food restaurants that should make a lot more money? Yes, but I think they should be doing something else because they're way more capable and they're selling themselves short working at a fast food restaurant. It's not their fault. Maybe the people in their life aren't, helping them go along. If you're watching this and you're in this situation, you can do better. Not saying fast food's I'm not mocking that job. But there's some people that are overqualified to be there, and they're not making enough money for what they're capable of. But unfortunately, they're not in the right job. Just because you are overqualified does not mean you should make that kind of money. That job does not make that kind of money. And they say, well, all these corporations make millions or billions of dollars. So, good for them. They took the risk of starting that company. They took the risk of investing their personal money. Do they have extra net money at the end of the year? Yeah. Is it going in their pocket? Probably. Is that a problem? No, it's theirs. You can't tell me, if you're watching this right now, you cannot tell me if you netted them, if you said, I want to make $200,000. If you own a company, you say, I want to net $200,000. I want that in my pocket. And you net $1 million. Are you going to give that money to your employees, the extra $800,000? I don't think so. I don't think you do that at all. So, people are bad about being hypocrites and saying, well, the corporation should do this or they're greedy. But can you speak for them? And I'm not standing up for corporations. I believe there are a lot of crooked ones out there. But we have to understand those people risked a lot. Maybe not the ones that run it now, but someone at some point has risked a lot to get that company to where it's at. So I don't think it's fair that we judge these companies. And there are bad companies. Again, I'm not taking up for those. No, I don't want anybody chiming in saying, well, you're just a greedy capitalist. No, I'm not. But if I start a business and it's very successful, I make a lot of extra money, then I decide to keep the extra money for myself. If you're an employee, you agreed to work for me for $20 an hour, and you see that I made a bunch of extra money, and now you're mad at me and say, I want $30 an hour. That's not my fault. We had an original agreement. You were fine with it. You became not fine with it when you seen I had extra money. Well, how about we share the risk of the investment? Once the doors close, I still have to worry about the business. See, that's what people don't realize. It's there's a lot of risk in running something like that. And do I think some corporations are very greedy, or a lot of them are? Yeah, I believe that. Is there anything wrong with them? Okay, greed is wrong. So don't mistake me there. Yeah, greed is wrong. I don't think greed is a very sought after characteristic you should go for. But what I'm getting at is it's okay for companies to make a profit. If they make a lot of profit, or they find a loophole in a way to make more money, leave them alone. Good for them. You would do the same thing. I don't care what you say, you would do the same thing. Why else do you go in business? You don't go in business for the sake of, I want to help people. Yeah, you may want to help people, but you're charging for a reason. You're not charging just for your overhead. You're taking a check home too. So it's just something to think about. I mean, nobody get bent out of shape about this. Look, I'm just speaking the truth. I said I'm in the real world. You guys are in the real world. Let's be realistic. The world's getting a little goofy, but let's be honest. I think a lot of people get butt hurt because they don't have that success. What you should do is see those people's success and be like, well, man, if that person did it, I should be able to do it too. And unfortunately, we don't look at it that way. We envy those people, and we say, well, that person did it, so, well, I can't. I don't even have that mindset. Like, I don't understand how you can have greed over someone else. Like, if my neighbor buys a brand new car, yeah, I may like that car, man. That's a pretty cool car. I wish I had that. Do I now hate that neighbor because he has a nice car? No. It just gives me more drive to be like, well, man, he got it, so, that's going to make me work harder to get it. Anyway, guys, I'm done ranting. Again, hope y'all enjoyed episode 2. We'll shoot for an episode 3. We'll see how this goes. Catch you guys later.